Imagine you wake up tomorrow and hear on the news, socialists want to seize the means of production. Sounds scary, right? Maybe you picture government agents storming your favorite pizza shop, or someone taking away your uncle's barbershop. But what if I told you that's not what it means at all? What if the real story is about freedom, fairness, and giving everyone a real shot, not just the rich and powerful? Let's bust the biggest myth first. Seizing the means of production does not mean taking away your small business, your hustle, or your dreams. It's not about making everyone the same or forcing people to be lazy. It's about who controls the things we all need to survive and thrive. Let's make it real. Picture a young woman named Maya. She's poured her life savings into opening a cozy coffee shop. She works 12-hour days, knows her customers by name, and dreams of expanding one day. But every month, Maya faces a new crisis. The price of coffee beans jumps because a handful of global corporations control the supply. Her rent goes up because a real estate giant bought her building. The electric bill spikes because the local utility is a private monopoly. Her payment processor takes a bigger cut because there are only 2 companies in town. Maya isn't lazy. She isn't looking for a handout. She's fighting to survive in a system where the real power isn't in her hands. It's in the hands of those who own the land, the energy, the supply chains, and the banks. If the price of beans doubles, Maya has to raise her prices or close her doors. If the landlord wants her out, she's gone. If the power company hikes rates, she pays, or the lights go out. So, who's really in control? Not Maya. Not the small business owners. It's the big players, the ones who own the means of production. When socialists say, seize the means of production, they're talking about putting the core resources, land, factories, energy, water, transportation, under democratic control. Not to punish hard work, but to make sure the basics of life aren't used to squeeze every last dollar from citizens, small businesses, and workers. It's not about taking away your grandma's bakery or your neighbor's taco truck. It's about making sure the flour mill, the wheat fields, the delivery trucks, and the power grid aren't run by a handful of billionaires who can raise prices on a whim. As Rosa Luxemburg said, the means of production are not the private property of the workers, but of the capitalists, and the workers are compelled to sell their labor power in order to live. And Che Guevara, a major figure of the Cuban Revolution, put it simply: the people must seize the means of production to end exploitation. Angela Davis reminds us, ownership and control over the means of production is about freedom from domination, not freedom from work. And Karl Marx wrote, the theory of communism may be summed up in the single sentence, abolition of private property in the means of production. Think about it. How many dreams have been crushed, not by laziness, but by rising rents, soaring costs, and monopolies that set the rules? How many families have lost their businesses, not because they didn't work hard, but because the system was rigged against them from the start? This isn't about envy. It's about justice. It's about making sure Maya and millions like her have a fair shot, so that the price of a cup of coffee isn't decided in a boardroom thousands of miles away. So next time someone says, socialists want to seize the means of production, make you lazy, and stop you from chasing your dreams, invite them to think deeper. Who really owns the systems and resources your life depends on? Who gets to decide whether your business survives or collapses? Is Maya really lazy, or is she up against a system that limits her dreams? Ask them, is it you who has control, or some distant shareholder who only cares about profits? Socialism isn't about stopping ambition. It's about making sure ordinary people have real power over their work, their future, and their communities. Again, seizing the means of production isn't about taking away your dreams. It's about making sure everyone has the freedom to dream and the power to make those dreams real. Demand better. The world is ours to build, together. Organize. Resist. Be unbreakable.